Hey everyone, Pastor Jordan here from Mesa Church. Super excited to show you our new building. Here we are on Cowan Street. I just want to show you, give you a good visual of the front of the space and just explain what you're going to see eventually take shape here. The whole front of this is going to be a welcoming environment, and they're going to remodel it and make sure that there are double doors, multiple double doors, so that people can walk in. We want to scream, "Come on in, you are welcome. There's room at the table." We're gonna go ahead and walk in. Technically, this won't be an entrance because of the way that we remodel, but let's start with the littles. So here we are in the earliest space that a child is gonna understand what it means to be at the table. This is actually gonna be the room for the babies. A lot of remodel happening. There's not gonna be a staircase there. There's gonna be an elevator on the other side, but that's gonna be a lobby space. But this is gonna actually be a place for our infants, and that door will be walled off. So you're gonna have to imagine it. Why don't we go upstairs and check out the space for you? So everything on the first floor is early childhood, which means all the way through pre-kindergarten. Again, I want you to you're gonna have to imagine this here. We're walking up the stairs, they won't be here. This room will also be a room that will be designated for 56 and above. And so you're gonna have to use the most of your imagination on this floor, because the elevator and the stairwell will come up here. None of these rooms will exist. This kitchenette here will not exist. They're gonna converge those three offices into one L-shaped space. This will be a giant lobby that can be doubled as space for age-specific programming. And then they're gonna do the same thing up here. So we've got multiple large spaces on the upper floor for our youths and our teenagers. So we've got big room here, big lobby here that can double, a bathroom here, and then there's going to be a big room here that again can be used for small groups, etc. And then this is just going to be a place where we can do music for teenagers, where we can assemble larger groups, and it's bright, it's beautiful. Look at this. You can see these massive bay windows that just open up onto Red Hill. Think about all the cars that are going to be passing that will see signage on our building. Mesa Church, welcome to the table. So just it's exciting to feel just the vibe, the energy of lives that I believe will be changed in this space. Teenagers that will be called. Teenagers that will be called by God in this space, that will recognize for the first time that God is real and He loves them and He wants a relationship with them. Regardless of whatever their parent situation is, whatever lies have been told to them, lives will be changed here. Teenagers' lives will be changed in this space. This could be awesome. We're going to continue our tour. We're going to go downstairs, and we'll give you a chance to see everything that's happening in the ECC, the Early Childhood Center space. And again, this is a pretty quick tour, but at least it gives you a little bit of an idea of what this is going to look like. Again, we actually walk in on the other side, but there's going to be a big room where our littles can have what they had at our old space. A theater-style space where larger groups can come and worship. And then there's going to be a room for toddlers and for babies, and then some age-specific bathrooms here. Again, we're creating space for ministry to little kids. That's what this floor is all about. So if you're a family that has infants, toddlers, small children, Mesa is going to be a place where those kids can be loved on, accepted, embraced, and taught the basics about Jesus here. This is going to be where babies learn, infants, pre-K, learn all about who Jesus was, and again, age-specific education and curriculum and modeling, and just so grateful for our kids team. But this is where that's going to take place. Again, these big windows, and you can see how the sunshine comes in. It takes a little bit of creativity, but there's going to be a hallway here, a big room, and some bathrooms, and then an infant space. But it's just going to be awesome, awesome, awesome. We're just so excited to continue family ministry. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back into the baby room here. This is the room that we actually first came into that will technically not be available. I want to show you the big lobby that we're going to create as a welcoming environment for families. Again, it's going to take a little bit of creativity here, but this wall will be gone. There will be an elevator here. There's going to be a staircase here. And then this will be our kid check-in, family-specific space space for our families to drop off their babies and their kids and their teenagers so that their kids can grow closer to Jesus. But I want to bring you out into technically our lobby and our worship auditorium so you can see where the adults are going to be hanging out. And this is it. So there's going to be, for the first time at Mesa Church, there's going to be we're going to have a lobby. There's going to be a large lobby that will go all the way the length of this space. And there's going to be 3 giant double doors with glass around. We're not going to change out that garage door so we can lift up the garage. We have an image of, getting one of those Airstreams and having a coffee shop in there, lifting that up. But this lobby area will be a really neat area where people can connect and our community can grow. It's going to be a place where we could do small functions, even small banquets like a missions banquet, et cetera, et cetera. We're going to have the audio hooked up here so we can use this as a space to gather as well for various things and functions during the week. But we're so excited because it's going to create a place where the table can be experienced before they hear more about God in the main auditorium and have a chance to connect with God. Connecting with people is just so incredibly important, and our community is going to grow through conversations and through bonds and relationships. I'm telling you, we're going to have some men's events where we smoke some meat, baby. Come on, just feel this with me. We're going to have some Traegers out there. It's just going to be, man, I just feel my spirit lifting as I'm talking about this. It's going to be so good, so good. And then you got to imagine this. There's going to be 2 doors. They'll come. We made 2 double doors because we have to do some sound mitigation. There are some flights that go over us, and you're going to walk in, and this is where our sanctuary is going to be. All right, this is going to be where our worship auditorium is going to be. Now, again, you got to imagine this with me. We'll black out these poles. They're going to disappear, and we're going to have space for about 385 people, surprisingly, in this worship space. And there's going to be some storage space and a production area and a green room, which will be a double usage for adult classrooms, a prayer room, a green room for the band, and for all of our dream team will have a special access door around the building to be able to get just stuff to recharge, to put your stuff away, and to connect with each other, to pray. I mean, again, it's just going to be this fantastic space where we can connect with God. The cool thing about this worship auditorium is everything is going to be stackable. It'll be movable. We could use it as a larger banquet space if we'd like to. It's going to be a space that we can rent out to the community, to the business community, to the arts community. We've even connected with the local youth orchestra and the building over there on the corner, and they kind of gave us some things to think about because there's no space in Orange County that's fantastic for what they do, dance and art and things like that, where we could just open our doors to what our community is doing, whether it's business or art. It's just going to be a place where we can connect with people right where they're at. And I just believe that the vision of Mesa is right for where Orange County is at. They want to know, does Jesus love me? Does Jesus want to be around me? And the answer is a resounding yes. We are going to have an opportunity to be the light of Christ, to be a place that just welcomes any and all people. Our leaders are committed to the vision and heart of Mesa Church. We want Orange County to know you are loved, you are accepted, and Jesus has a place for you at the table. And here's the reality: the more time you spend with Jesus, your life will be changed. When you spend time in his presence, when you sit at his feet like Mary did, at his table, and just letting Jesus host you for this meal. Again, this is going to be a place where lives are changed forever, for eternity. And we are believing that there is going to be so many people that come to Christ for the first time in these walls through the relationships that exist in the community that you are a part of. We just want to say thank you for praying with us. Thank you for considering what God would have you do. Thank you for serving and for everything that you are, because a church is not a building. As exciting as all of this is not the church. You are the church. And that's the message I want you to understand today, that this is the temporary building that God has for us. We're so grateful. It's going to be awesome. Lives are going to be changed. But at the end of the day, it's not about the paint or the structure or the steel. It is about the lives that God is going to touch here through you. It is about the difference that we are going to make. It's going to be about those people that we've been praying for, these prodigal sons and daughters that God is speaking to even right now. And so as you pray about everything that God is doing, I want you to actually pray more about your neighbors and your coworkers and your family members, the people that I believe God's gonna have you invite in this next year. When we open up shop here, when we do ministry here, God is gonna use you, and God is gonna use this community of people in this building to reach this county. Whoever God's called us to reach, right? It's a big county, so God knows. God knows where the fish are, but God is gonna do some great things here. And I can't tell you how excited I am.